Here's why Pedro Goncalves is ready for a big move. It's a wonder he hasn't got one already. Let me tell you why everyone wants this Portuguese 24-year-old midfielder. We'll cover that in due course. Essentially, I'll be further reminding you that this guy is even better than his halfway line goal against Arsenal in Europa League suggests. Let's talk his profile, his story, and his future. Goncalves exploded after Bruno Fernandes left Sporting in 2020. In the 2020-21 season, when Sporting won the league, Goncalves played as a forward in Amorim's 3-4-3 system, operating almost exclusively between the lines. What he did a lot was take long shots. That season, he took a third of these shots from outside of the box, but they didn't necessarily result in goals, as most came from inside the box. But Goncalves has worked on this aspect of his game of late. He has excellent power and accuracy in his ball striking. Pythagoras in Boots described him as a surgical shooter. I love that description. So much so, this season Amorim has moved the forward into midfield. And this has been a homecoming for Goncalves. Before signing for Sporting from Famalicão, he was actually considered as a midfielder. Goal.com even says his role models were Ruben Neves and João Moutinho, probably from when he was at Wolves. It was Amorim that recognised his two-footed ability and excellent runs into the box and that great ball striking that we've mentioned. He pushed him into the front line, but his quality didn't go unnoticed at Wolves. Former assistant to ex-Wolves boss Nuno Espirito Santo gave an interview. He said Goncalves stood out clear as day in training for his technical quality, his passing, everything about him. It's just in the first team tactics where he struggled to really find a home. He also added it is a coach's dream to have a player as versatile as Porte. Now Porte is a Portuguese word that refers to Goncalves' story of being a chubby kid growing up in football academies. I took this from the story on goal, but I wanted to confirm it, so I went to Zach Lowy, Portuguese superfan, and he also confirmed it too. But you get the idea. As well as being excellent in and around goal, he's fantastic at spraying passes. He's consistently completed over a pass per 90 in the opposition penalty box, with this season seeing him really shine in the half spaces. And of course, Porte sits in the top 12 players in Portugal for expected assists per 9. That should be expected, of course. Despite Sporting being a little weaker this season, they're still one of the most dominant sides in the country. But interestingly, he ranked quite low in the squad for passes per 90, despite playing in midfield. He's still very much a final third operator. But what I think shows the best of him is, along with ranking high in non-penalty expected goals per 90, shots per 90, carries into the box per 90, it's the fact defensively he does contribute. 2.8 tackles interceptions per 90 puts him well in the good range of Sporting players in that metric. I also looked at another article from Total Football Analysis that mentioned how he was a very good presser. He's very instrumental in Sporting's pressing traps. With a contract up in 2026, Aston Villa interested and an £80 million buyout clause quoted, it might be tricky to get him out. But I think the time is coming for another Portuguese star to show up on English shores.